what's up? It's the one and only Skylar Honey. Real quick, I've been watching Married at First Sight, season 9 on Netflix. And I just finished it and I decided to look up one of the cast members or all of the cast members. And I'm glad I did because I was able to look at one of their stories. And she did a kind of a Q&A about the show that I thought was really good. If y'all don't know, Iris Caldwell was one of the couples, females on there, and she was coupled with Keith. She was a virgin. She has saved herself for marriage. And they kind of made a big deal out of it. And basically, my take on the show, I'll go over the couples probably in a different one, but I just want to go over her live, or her Q&A because it was really informative. But the show really painted her as someone that was immature and emotionally immature and couldn't even talk about sex, nevertheless ready to have it. And that kind of painted her in a bad light, made keep seem like he was an awesome guy. So anyways, listen to her Q&A real quick. We're gonna go back to the beginning. Excuse me, but yeah, I thought it was really good. She answered some really good questions. Again, this has been a year in the past, but
show. It's kind of weird to watch.
Netflix
like I didn't really watch season 10 like that. I checked in a couple times, but it's just a whole different story to watch because you know the background, you know what really went down. But yes, I still talk to all of the ladies from my season. I still love my babies.
Alright,
So
she
great
talked to
question.
the
I actually have to,
ladies.
if I'm being confident, the people that talk most about, I had my last perm.
Here's
We
a
can be
question I
friends.
really-
He's actually unfollowed
Here
me
you go.
twice already, and so I was just like, what's the point? Like, I always wanted to be nice, but we gonna play games. We can play games. I'm over it. Sis. So we actually both agreed that we would not have this conversation about sex or any kind of sexual thing on TV because we both work with students. I know a couple of my kids and my parents are watching, so I'm not going to jeopardize my job for TV. Like, we'll talk about it after and off camera, but I have values and morals, and I'm just not going to do it. This is just my personality.
See? Keith came out very understanding on the show.
All of our kind of confessionals, our interview scenes, we did not know what each other were saying during those. So I didn't know what was being said about me until I saw it on national television. And it was never addressed. It was never talked about or anything until I saw it after the fact. So boundaries while dating and your virginity. Honey, let me tell you this one thing. There's a difference between someone waiting for you and with you. You don't. So kind of, sort of, yes and no. I would say that it was definitely difficult to have cameras like this close to your face the entire time and have like intimate, real conversations while those cameras are being thrown at you. But again, y'all missed a lot. So a lot of those conversations were had off camera. Yes, I definitely asked for a very religious person, someone that would want to attend church with me, someone that would want to do, church activities, do devotionals, just kind of grow our faith together. And I didn't get that. So that was kind of difficult for me and what I was trying to do with my relationship and grow because the other person didn't believe. I think it did a good job of accurately portraying that we did it in the moment, but after the cameras left was a whole different story, like, for real. We couldn't really go back and be like, well, this happened after y'all left, or the cameras didn't show this, or he didn't do that after y'all said this, Hey, yeah. There are a lot of us out there. So, fun fact, I actually never heard the words emotionally immature or maturity or any of that thing ever come from his mouth ever until I saw it on national television, which was way after the show had been done, but absolutely inaccurate. And that's probably what hurt the most because it's like, if that was your issue, why not just have a real conversation? Like, be honest, be upfront, be real about it. Because all of it really stemmed from me not wanting to talk or do sexual stuff on television. We had all those conversations off camera, so I'm just confused, honey. I'm used to it by now, y'all. It's whatever. Like, I wish him the best of luck in life, and I continue to pray for people who are still finding their path. 100%. Like, a lot of you guys that are new to my page, this show, we've been done filming. It's been over for almost a year now. Like, my divorce will be finalized later this month. So it's just weird to have all this kind of revitalized. It's like, y'all, I got to do all this over again and explain all this to y'all. People will say what they think you want to hear just to kind of appease you and kind of shut you up in so many ways. And it's kind of sad because you want them to be as honest and as open as possible. But it's hard when you're just doing things just because with no real intent. Absolutely. It's so annoying because I only brought it up a few times, really, or it was either asked a question to me that was about it or referenced it, but otherwise I didn't bring it up like that. And to see how much it was like, bam, bam, I was like, oh my gosh, y'all, like, chill out. It's not that serious. So, yeah, so to talk more about that, I had not talked to him in 6 months. And it's not been a text, a conversation, a call, or anything. So I felt kind of disrespectful to make it on a social media blast versus just being genuine with me and reaching out. Nah, it wasn't genuine. I don't think. Our honeymoon, hands down, was one of the best experiences because I experienced a lot of new things. And the swimming and stingrays I did before, it was 8 weeks. We did a lot of other things, just not sex. So that is not it. Yes, call me. Call. Hello. So one time, out of the 8 weeks, and a lot of times we just didn't have time, but I kind of really wanted him to go, and I think he just went out of obligation. And no, I think I always did the prayer, like always. I'm not a happy camper because I never heard those words said to my face. It's kind of has always been behind my back versus just saying and being, upfront with me about it. And that kind of like, if you want to ruin someone's reputation to make TV, do what you got to do. But I thought that I had better faith in people. Do your this right here really makes me like. Funny thing is that I had no idea that even happened until I saw it on national television like many months later, and it's like, oh, okay. And then that night I told him myself, and he acted like he heard it for the first time, and I'm like, dude, 3 hours ago you were told about it.
Right.
That's a real conversation. I think that since y'all have been together, where I am. Absolutely, because I'm tired. I'm tired of talking about it. This old news, this about a year old, so I don't really care no more. But there's a lot of new people to my page with it being posted on Netflix, so I am addressing some things that may not have been addressed last year. But this is about it, y'all. I'm about to be done. Girl, my nail shops are closed, so I found a little cute.
All right, so if you are new to Married at First Sight like I am, and you found out about it on Netflix, it is a year old. So I just thought that Q&A was very helpful for anyone who wanted a little bit more back detail about where are they now, what was her true perspective, because I don't think the reunion really did any just. So I thought that was really good to see. So, but yeah, I like her, rock with her. She's in Charlotte, and overall, I don't think the show portrayed her as well as they could have, and I respect her for doing that Q&A. All right, you guys, it's the one and only. Holla. I'm gonna stop saying that. Probably not.